Welcome, Knicks Nation. I hope you're enjoying your weekend and that you and your family safe and healthy. Welcome, Swift Miller and Millie Swift and V Demio. Welcome to y'all. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I hope your family's safe and healthy, and that you also are safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. It's a good weekend. It's always good when the Knicks win. It's always good when the Knicks win, and so especially when they win. Hi, Miss Edwards. Hello, and Greg Hamilton. Peace to you. John Pettit. Good afternoon to you. It's always good when the Knicks win, especially when they win in the playoffs. What's up, Keith Stith and Richard Baptiste? June Man 15. Yes, and superstar brother Jamal, New York City. Good morning, Sharice Duncan. Good morning, Miss Duncan. And yeah, Love Blue, Sister Love Blue. Welcome to you. Um, it's always good when the Knicks win. The food always tastes better, as Stefan Marbury already said. But it tastes even better when it's a playoff win. When it's a playoff win, it's even better. Um, Oh, good for you, Rich. Great, man. That must have been an event for you guys to get there and see it live in Madison Square Garden. Clint Stewart, welcome. Jeremy Nussbaum, welcome to you. Miss Lumley, welcome. Dwayne Osado, welcome to you. Good morning to you. Good afternoon, as it is here in Florida. Glad to see all of y'all. Um, yeah, the thing is that good morning, Miss Willis. Good morning, CW Flash. Donnie, V-Biz. Good morning. It was the Knicks did not play their best basketball yesterday, and they looked head and shoulders better than um, than the Hawks. Jaden Ivey's going to become a pastor. That's been done before. That's been done before. This is not the first time a situation like Jaden Ivey has happened. There was a guy, I think his last name was Reed. He played for the Houston Rockets in the 90s, and he had the same thing. He wanted to preach, and he was going to be in the ministry and all that, and he actually left the NBA to become a pastor. And then later, I think he came back. And I think you're going to see the same thing with Jaden Ivey. So this is just a phase. Jaden Ivey is very young. He's still a kid, really. So, he'll be back. He'll be back. You probably want to get this pastor thing started. And this, like I said, this is not new. Mark Jackson also was a pastor at the time. In fact, it was stuff that he was preaching from his pulpit that caused the problem with the Golden State Warriors. And so, there was that. No, I don't think Diawara should be in the rotation. If you know anything about NBA basketball, no, I don't think Diawara should be in the rotation. Good morning, Bostino, the only DM Dawson. Jay Supreme, good morning. They try to hack a Mitch and it didn't work, because generally what happens when a team's going to try to hack a Mitch is because the team put the Knicks in the bonus, and so they want to foul Mitch so that he takes the foul shots. But the good adjustment was that Mike Brown took Mitch out, gave Cat just enough rest to come back for the rest of the quarter, and then brought Mitch back to start the next quarter. And when Mitch came back, that crew, I know that it's a star-driven league, and I know that, they're going to give Jalen Brunson and Cat all of the ink. It makes sense, all right. But it was when Mitch Robb, Clarkson, Deuce, and Shamet were in the game together that this thing was blown open. By the time they brought the starters back in the game, they kept Deuce with the starters, but by the time they put the starters back in the game, the Knicks were up 19 or something like that. So that was, we thought that was going to be the case. The Knick bench is going to be a tremendous advantage to New York, because as you saw, Mitch Robb was still disruptive. They only credited him with 2 blocks, but if you saw the game, he was completely disruptive against Atlanta. They had no answer for him. And then, of course, you had the Cat and Brunson are now, you can see in real time they are growing as a dynamic duo, and they're not even at their peak yet. They just now getting and right on time. They coming together as a duo, reading each other, and so the Knicks have room to grow. That fourth quarter comeback that the Hawks did yesterday, that was similar to how the Knicks lost against Indiana and how Detroit came back with Malik Beasley last year in the fourth quarter, and how Indiana with Neesmith came back and beat the Knicks. But so a year ago, that might have been a loss, but not yesterday, not last night, but no. So, and the Knicks are still not playing their best ball yet. So it's really going to be something else. As I had mentioned before the playoffs began, if the Knicks win both games at Madison Square Garden, this is going to be a 5-game series. And I'm being generous. It's going to be a 5-game series. If the Hawks are able to get a split in New York, it's going to be a 6-game series. But Deuce started really getting in rhythm, and Cat mentioned it after the game. Cat said, we've been off 12 days or something like that, and he says it takes time for us to get the rhythm back, and that's the truth. So Deuce started getting his rhythm at the second half of the game, and when he started doing that, and you had Shamet and Mitch Rob and Clarkson, they was just, and it wasn't even how much they were scoring. I think they scored 30 points. No, they didn't score no 30 points. They were plus 30. They were plus 30. They only scored about 20 points, but they were plus 30. They were plus 30 off the bench yesterday. And that is the key. And I've been telling people that from last year. People was always saying, well, we need bench scoring. That's pretty short-sighted and shallow in terms of analysis. Really what you want to know is, how much does the second unit give up or even extend a lead or get a lead? And with the second unit yesterday being plus 30, that means while they was on the floor, they were 30 points better than the Atlanta Hawks. And that's how much they score as a rep. Let's say it was 20-20 20 when they came in. They would be 50-20 by the time they leave. And they may not have scored that much, but that's how that works. And so you want to know how many points they can separate from the unit they're playing against. And the Knick bench is rough, man. They rough. They rough. And yesterday, what the coach did, he had Anunoby with them at times. He had Cat with them at times. I don't believe he had them out there with McCall, though he might have. But that unit is going to be rough for the whole series. That unit is going to be tough. That second unit for the Knicks is a difference maker. And then yesterday, they only had like 24. Did they even have that? Let me see. They only had 22 assists yesterday. And I don't know if you saw, but after the first half, they always interview one of the players, right? Before the second half starts. Yesterday, it was OG. So when OG came out the locker room before the second half started, they interviewed him. And if you listen to what OG said, they were asking, what do you need to do to close out this game? And he said, we should see the ball move. Did you hear him say that? He said, we should see the ball move. And so that's just showing you. So yesterday, it was a weird game in that usually when Brunson starts really dominating the ball early, it's not good for the Knicks. But what happened was Brunson dominated the ball early, and then they went heavy to Cat. And Cat had the ball. Now, Cat, he had 5 turnovers yesterday. In that regard, he was throwing some stupid-ass passes. But he's going to get better. That's what I'm saying. He's going to get better. As this playoffs go on, he's going to get better in terms of finding. He found some nice cutters yesterday. He threw a couple of stupid passes, but he's going to get better. And so, is that what he said, Dion? Okay, Dion Johnson is right. Yeah, he said hopefully the ball. That's right. I caught that though. I said, oh, he's mentioning ball movement. Yes, Mr. Brunson. And so the ball was moving in the second half, and they were finding Cat. So yeah, that was good. And I think they're going to get better. hello, misery loves company. And I think they're going to get better as the playoffs go forward. So the Knicks were not playing their best basketball yesterday. And just from the framework of what the Knicks have, they were pretty dominant, especially, like I said, when the second unit came in. That's when the lead went to 18-19. Okay, when the second unit came in. Hey, Deshaun Wilson, what's up, man? And so, yes, Richard, like I said, they do hack a Mitch, but Brown did a adjustment to nullify it. So he took Mitch out. When Mitch missed 3 out of 4 foul shots, he took Mitch out. And then he started Mitch the next quarter. Okay, because they can't do hack a Mitch when the Knicks are not in the bonus. Because if they foul too much, and they did this yesterday, they were doing hack a Mitch, and then they fouled too much. And then when he took Mitch out, now you had a crew on the floor that if they foul was shooting foul shots. Okay, and so that's the danger in hack a Mitch. So they did hack a Mitch because the Knicks were in the bonus, took Mitch out. Okay, and the 5 he had in there, they could all hit foul shots. So now every foul was going to be foul shots, and we were going to hit those foul shots, and they did. See, so that's the danger. And so now Brown understands he could put Mitch in when the Knicks are not in the bonus. And then if the Knicks get in the bonus, let's see if he hits a couple of foul shots, because sometimes Knicks gets on, Mitch Rob gets on a little streak, right? And if he hits the foul shots, then that's a waste of time. And so if he doesn't, take him out and then wait till the next quarter, bring him back. Okay. Listen, that was good strategy by Coach Brown. Good adjustment right there. And like I said, everybody, I had an Atlanta fan tell me, the Knicks, the Hawks are going to run. And I told y'all, the playoffs are half court basketball. The Knicks are elite at controlling the pace. Just because a team wants to run don't mean the Knicks are going to let them. The Knicks control the pace. They're very good at that, especially with Brunson. He controls the pace. So you're not going to run on them if they don't want you to. And what does that mean? That means they're going to take their time. They're going to make you pay half-court defense. And they're going to make you pay half-court defense for 24 seconds. Okay? So that, if Atlanta fans were hoping that Hawks are just going to run and the Knicks going to be running out the gym, you not watching NBA ball. You watching some college ball, some high school. You don't know. This is the league. They ain't doing that in the playoffs. This is the league. The playoffs is half court and it's physical. Okay, so you gotta be ready for that. But all 5 of the Knicks starters. The key, everybody's gonna focus on Brunson scoring, and I hear that. I'm glad Brunson went off and got 19 in the first quarter, but Brunson only had what they say, like he started the first quarter with 19. He finished the game with 28, which means that he scored 9 points for the next 3 quarters. Which means what? He's passing the basketball. Okay, he's not forcing anything. He started a little bit, but then he calmed his behind down, and it worked out very well. Like I said, once you start seeing Shamet and Deuce knocking down them trades, which they're going to do on a regular basis, and they were playing stellar defense like they always do. And then you had West 4th Street doing his thing. Look, people going to be in trouble, man. People going to be in trouble, man. So it's going to be good. So obviously, we're all happy that the Knicks won the first game, but I'm really happy they won the first game. They were head and shoulders better than Atlanta, and they did not play their best game. They did not play their best game by any stretch of the imagination. They did not. Okay. Thank you, L. What's up, L21? It's been a minute. The Hawk fan got the wrong script. That's true. That's true, man. Hey, good guys. The Hawks like to run. I was like, this is the playoffs, man. This ain't regular 82 game season. The Knicks can focus on y'all, and they're gonna control the pace, which is what they did. What's up, HRM? Great. What's up, Bird? Yeah, they didn't play their best game, but they outclassed Atlanta, not playing their best game. Okay, they outclassed Atlanta, not playing their best game. Hart did a tremendous job yesterday, defensively, and like I said, that was the thing. If Josh Hart is not moving well on the defensive end, he's hurt. He's not hurt. he was moving extremely well yesterday. 11 points, 14 boards, 5 assists, plus 4. Josh Hart was D'ing up yesterday. And they put Josh Hart on Jalen Johnson. And they kept Deuce on Nicole Alexander-Walker. Now, Nicole Alexander-Walker yesterday, let's see what he did, because Deuce was guarding him. He was 6 of 17. He scored 17 points. He was 3 of 8 from the three-point line. Deuce was putting the job on him. He was -9. So, yeah, the thing is, yeah, I don't want to talk about sweep yet. I want to see the Knicks win tomorrow. It's tomorrow, right? Tomorrow they have game 2 in New York. So I want to see them win tomorrow. Then we could talk about possible sweep. If Atlanta wins tomorrow, it ain't going to be no sweep. It's going to be, a 6-game series. But if the Knicks win tomorrow, it's going to be a 5-game series. And I'm giving Atlanta a game because of respect. I'm giving them a game. But if the Knicks win tomorrow, it's going to be a 5-game series, which is what we call a gentleman's sweep, right? So Atlanta got to come out like gangbusters. But I'm saying, like, it looked to me that Atlanta gave their best punch. It looked to me like yesterday they put forth their best punch. They really did. And they were gaming. They were really game. They were really battling all the way to the end. It's, listen, Quinn Snyder is a hell of a coach. And so they really responded well. The move to get rid of the Leprechaun and bring in McCollum was a tremendous move, man. A tremendous move. And then putting Nicole Alexander-Walker in the starting lineup, tremendous move. Tremendous move by the Atlanta Hawks, So they really put their best foot forward yesterday, and the Knicks did not. That's why I'm very confident in this series. It wasn't like the Knicks were, falling apart against them, or that they really made the Knicks sweat. Really, they didn't. Anytime they got close, the Knicks kept extending back the lead. And all of the Atlanta points, not all, but a lot of the Atlanta shots, they put a lot of effort into scoring. Did you see that move that CJ McCollum did on Mitch Rob? It looked like he walked a little bit, but that kind of effort to score in a possession. That really is showing you. Versus, look, the Knicks got a full court pass to OG. McCall stole the ball and got a dunk. The Knicks had several easy baskets. And that's one of the things. We talk about getting stops, and they had several 3-stop sequences, and then they got easy baskets. Whereas Atlanta had to work hard to get their baskets, and they had to hit threes at a high level against the Knicks. That's always a good sign for the Knicks, because they're doing the best they can, and they got to struggle for a basket. The Knicks getting easy baskets. Okay. Yes. Ant Nerd, thank you for the $5. Yeah, let's go Knicks for sure. Yeah, but even if he traveled, my point on that one though, Antonio, is that look how much he had to do though to get the basket. Look how much effort he had to put in on that possession to get that basket, And the more harder you make them work, the better it is for us. You understand? So the Knicks really well, Atlanta, honestly, Kevin Burke, that's a good question. He said, what can they do in terms of adjustments? I'm trying to figure that out because, the only thing I can think of is they got to hope that they can get open looks for Onyeka Okongwu, who's shooting the hell out of the ball. Every time he plays it, I was counting it yesterday. Yesterday, Onyeka Okongwu knocked down 4 threes. Do you realize that was the 4th game that we played them? In the 4 games that we played them, he has hit 15 threes. Onyeka had a 6-3 game on us, a 3-3 game on us. Yesterday was a 4-3 game on us. And then he had, I forgot how much he had the other night. I think he had 2 in the game we just beat them recently in the regular season. So he has had 15 threes against the Knicks. So maybe they try to get him open looks. CJ McConnell is a professional NBA shooter, right? And so he's been in playoffs before. So they might be getting him to rock and trying to get him open. As far as the paint, I don't know. They're gonna have to gang. If I was Quinn Snyder, I would be telling them to gang tackle. I guess for lack of a better word, gang up on the offensive boards and try to get some boards out there. Because yesterday, let me see here. Yesterday the Knicks out rebounded them by 5 yesterday, and on the offensive glass they actually beat the Knicks 8-6. But on the defensive glass, the Knicks out-rebounded them by 7, which is telling you they was just basically getting one shot, and that's it. And the Knicks were really doing a good job. And Atlanta conceded 18 points off turnovers. The Knicks conceded 15. The Knicks outdid Atlanta at Atlanta's game. Now that's the thing. And again, we talked about this during the week. Remember, I said, listen, if the Knicks stick to their game plan and Atlanta sticks to their game plan, the Knicks will win because the Knicks are the better team. If the Knicks do not stick to their game plan and Atlanta sticks to theirs, Atlanta has a chance to win. Yesterday, Atlanta did not play the Atlanta game plan. Their game plan is to run, is to get fast break points. That's their game, okay? To get fast break points. They did not. They did not do it. Not at the level they need to do it. They did not do it yesterday. So the Knicks got 22 fast break points. Atlanta only got 13. You can't beat the Knicks if you're not playing your game. See, the free throws, that's a good look. As far as I saw when I looked at a halftime stats, the free throws look pretty even. But then in the second half, they started getting Cat some more free throws, which he should get because they're always hacking them. But the Knicks took 30 free throws. Atlanta took 19. But if you saw the game, the first half, the free throws was pretty even. I think it was 8-10. But then if you look at the second half of the game, Cat took, let me see here. Cat took 10. He took 10 free throws. And look, that's the ball game. And look, it wasn't like they was giving Cat fouls that nobody touched him. I mean, what do y'all think? Cat be getting hacked every time he touches the basketball, even when he scored. He always getting hacked, okay? So they called some fouls for him, which they should have, okay? And that's what happened. But I didn't see the ref favoring the Knicks versus the Hawks on the free throw line, okay? Yeah. So listen, man. And Cat only had like 6 points at the half, something like that. Most of his points came in the second half. That's what I mean. JB started making sure the offense flowed through Cat in the second half. I got to believe that that's a Mike Brown halftime adjustment because second half is when Cat started getting all his points. And Cat ended up with like 25, right? Let me see. Yeah, Cat had 25, but he only got 13 total shots and 3 or 4 from the three-point line, 10 of 10 from the line. I mean, that's efficient, man. That's efficient. That's efficient ball game right there. Efficient. So I'm excited about tomorrow because the Knicks are playing the same team. And this is the thing. During the course of a season, right? We talk about this all the time. In the NBA, any team could beat any team on any given night in the NBA. But during the playoffs, the best teams win. Okay? During the playoffs. It's just sometimes we misjudge who's the better team. But in the playoffs and the 7-game series, the best teams win. Sometimes, as we as Knicks fans know, an injury can switch who's the best team, right? So Indiana was right there with Oklahoma City until the 7th game last year, right? They were right there. It was 3-3. And if Halliburton didn't rip up his Achilles, we don't know what would have happened. See? So they missing Halliburton. Now Oklahoma City's the better team. Okay. We had years where Juju was hurt. We had years where Brunson was hurt. We had years where Mitch Rob was hurt. And then that's what caused us not to be the better team. Well, look, this year, everybody's healthy. And in a 7-game series, the better team wins. Honestly, John Petty asked who has a tougher matchup, Boston or the Pistons. I can't tell you. If I had to guess my gut, I would say, who's Orlando playing? Orlando's playing whoever's playing Orlando. Because damn, I watched Orlando in the 7-8 game. Okay. And they had their body language was terrible. I didn't think they were going to make it. I thought they were going to be out the playoff. I really did. I was surprised that Charlotte lost him. But by the way, did you see that game? The Charlotte Orlando game? Charlotte ran out of gas, man. See, that's the difference between the regular playoffs and the play-in. In the play-in, it's almost like the regular season, but it's more intense. Charlotte ran out of gas. Orlando was stronger. They just were stronger. And not only that, I got the feeling that Banchero must have been reading some of them fools talking about he ain't a playoff player, he's overrated, because Homeboy came out against Charlotte with a vengeance. So that's what I mean. I think Charlotte done woke up a sleeping giant. That's why if you ask me, John Pettit, whoever's playing Orlando going to have the toughest series. Because Charlotte done woke up a sleeping giant over there in Orlando, man. And so we're going to see, though. But I got the feeling, man, they don't, especially when you're talking about Banchero. He's the key here. He's the key here. Bane, I don't know what happened to Bane, but Bane is still going to be Bane. Suggs, honestly, I thought Suggs would be better in the league than he is. I'm not saying he stinks. I'm not saying that. But I thought Suggs was going to be a superstar when I saw him coming out of Gonzaga. And actually, I saw high school stuff of him too before he went to Gonzaga. So I said, oh, this guy's going to be a bad man. And he's good now, but he's not what I thought he would be. Bane is. Banchero, I thought was going to be that dude. And, of course, the surprising Franz Wagner, who I didn't think was going to be that good. And he is. I think Charlotte woke up a sleeping giant. So to answer your question, whoever's playing Orlando got the toughest series. So I think that's going to be Detroit. And I'm kind of glad. Although I kind of did wish that Orlando, at this Orlando that's playing right now with this attitude and this physicality, was playing Boston. I hate Boston. I mean, I want to see Boston lose every day. Almost a Boston loss is like a Knick win to me. I can't stand them. So I wish they were playing them, but okay, they got to play Detroit. Detroit is a better team. So Detroit should win this series. How tough Orlando makes it, we'll see. I hope Orlando makes them go 7 games. That's good for the Knicks, right? So, so anything can happen. That's right. It's not an easy series, but I have to tell you, Kevin Berg, what I'm saying is that because of the awakening of Banchero against Charlotte, and Banchero woke up, no, we got to see what happened, man. We got to see what happened, as they say. We got to see what happened. Yeah. The thing is, Philly is surprising me. Like, y'all know I've been advocating for 2 years now. They should have got rid of Joel Embiid 2 years ago. I said, get rid of him. Get what you can and move on. And try to get Hartenstein. I still feel that way. But they still was predicated around Embiid. So no Embiid, right? He had the appendix surgery. It's as late as Anthony Ambulance. And so, but they still made it to the 7th seed, So I don't know. I mean, there's no doubt that the strength of Philly is in the guard spot. Maxey, Grimy, Edgecombe. Them boys could ball, man. And then if you could get anything out of old ass PG-13, that's just gravy, right? So they ball. So I don't know, who do they have playing in the middle over there, because they gotta play a tough team, man. They gotta play Boston. It ain't like Boston got anything in the middle either, though, So let me see who they got in the middle over there. Yeah, it ain't like Boston got, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the middle. So let me see. Philly's starting at the center spot. Adem Bona. I like Bona, and they still got Drummond, and they got Barlow. All right, that's not bad. Bona is a young boy. Bona's a young boy, but I liked him coming out of college, coming out of UCLA. He's an undersized. He's like 6'10". He's like a little bit bigger in terms of size and stuff. He's a little bit bigger on Onyeka Okongwu, but I like Bona. I think Bona can hang with whoever Boston puts at the 5. So we'll see. Yeah. I'm with you, Jamal. I don't care if they playing. I don't care if Boston's playing a junior high school team. I just want them to lose. I don't care. I just want them to lose. I was going against every possession. I don't just lose. I hate Boston. Just lose. Hey, Questent one. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. I just can't stand Boston. I hope they lose. Shoot, if they get swept, I'll be so happy. You know what I'm saying? I just can't stand them. So listen, we got them next round more than likely, right? So I just hope 76ers put up a good scrap, like you said, Kev Bird. No, I mean Jamal. Jamal said, "Let's make it a scrap. Make it a scrap." That's right, man. I can't stand Boston. Just beat their ass, man. I don't like them at all, man. I'll be rooting against them. I don't care who they play. My wife said, "Man, you really?" She said, "Who's the rivalry?" I said, "Well, it's Boston against New York. It's Boston, Philly, Miami, and now Detroit. Now they the newest rivalry, right?" But I said, of all of them, I can't stand Boston. For me to be rooting for Philly, I said I'm rooting for Philly. That's right. I can't stand Boston. Philly, one of our hated rivals, but I can't stand Boston, man. Just hope they get they behind beat. Can't stand them. So anyway. I still think, the lesser two evils. That's right, Jamal. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I still think whoever Detroit got the tougher. And just like we talk about with the ATL, right? ATL coming into this playoffs looked like the toughest opponent from the bottom 4 of the East, right? The ATL looked like the toughest opponent. Matter of fact, coming into the playoffs, the ATL and Charlotte were the 2 hottest teams in the Eastern Conference, right? So and we all were saying, at least some of us were saying that, it would prepare the Knicks for the next round, just like last year. Detroit prepared the Knicks for Boston, right? Detroit prepared the Knicks for Boston, prepared them very well. So I think this year's Detroit might be Orlando preparing the Pistons, you see. So we'll see. What's up, Sadiq? Raphael Sadiq, what's up? Oh, yeah. No, Indy, you right about Indy, John Pettit. But right now they're not even in the conversation, right? Because they took the year off because Halliburton and all that. But yeah, you right. You right. Indiana's another one, another hated rival. Yeah. You was in there, Coach Hauser. You was in there, and somebody else was in there. Who was in there? Rich. Rich was in there. Rich was in there yesterday too. He said they won tickets. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Well, Dwayne, I don't think the Hawks was weak. They were beating good teams during the stretch from when they picked up C.J. McConnell. If you look at their schedule, they were beating a lot of good teams. So I don't think they was weak. I think the Knicks would beat them, but I'm just saying, got to have respect. I just, like I said, I wanted to see if they can get a split in New York. Then it would be a series. But that's left to be seen. We still don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The Knicks got to come out with their game plan tomorrow, and hopefully nobody gets hurt. Yeah. Well, Richard Baptiste, sometimes, yeah. Don't forget now, the damn Miami Heat, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago, came from the eighth seed, went to the finals. Remember that? The Miami Heat came from the eighth seed, went to the finals. Okay, beat the Knicks too. So, sometimes sometimes you can get hot at the right time. Okay, you can get hot at the right time. Hey, and the grill, yeah. Happy weekend, happy fun day, happy first day, happy whatever day. Today is Hitler's birthday. Today is Adolf Hitler's birthday. I always get it confused because Malcolm X is May 19th, but today was the 19th. At first I thought it was Malcolm X, but I said, no, Malcolm X is May 19th. Today is Hitler's birthday. Today's the devil's birthday. Today's the devil's birthday. Oh, man. Yeah, so today, sorry about that, Richard Baptiste. Today's your brother's birthday. Happy birthday to your brother. Just so happen to be the same day as Adolf, but ain't your brother's fault. Can't control what day he comes out the womb, right? He came out on April 19th. He just came out on April 19th, right? Yeah, Jaime Jaquez is he was really something. That was his rookie year, I think, Spree. I think that was his rookie year. So yeah. To answer John Pettit's question, whoever's playing at Orlando will have the tougher situation, especially if now you wake up Franz Wagner along with Bonchero. They're going to ball. Them cats could ball, man. Of course, we'll be rooting for Orlando. Orlando and Philly got my vote. You know, Orlando and Philly. Come on, y'all. Do your thing. Do your thing. I'll be rooting for them. Well, you know, Ace of Spade, Miami is like Madison Square Garden South. There's a couple of them. In fact, I was at Orlando games when at least half the crowd is New York Knicks fans. And you know the ATL is going to be heavy New York Knicks fans. And Miami has always been. I lived in Miami when I was a little boy for 2 years. And there were more people wearing Knicks stuff in Miami then. That was back in the 70s. But then again, the Knicks did just win the championship. That was 73. So more people in Miami. And there was a lot of people in Miami that was from New York. My next door neighbor when I was 12 years old, they were from New York. Yeah. So, So in Miami, they got beef because they got more Knicks fans down there than Heat fans down there. So all of them is MSG South. Atlanta, Orlando, Miami. They're all MSG South, especially Miami, though. And ATL too, though, but I don't know. Man. We'll see. Yeah, a lot of New Yorkers, man. I see it all the time, and I'm in Central Florida. I can't imagine what it's like in Miami. They must have New York. Shoot, they got Little San Juan right here in Kissimmee. I mean, I don't know if they got anything but Puerto Ricans in Kissimmee, Florida. I'll be surprised. I ain't seen nothing but PR in Kissimmee, Florida. That's Little San Juan right there. See, so shoot, and they got Ricans all the way up from Kissimmee into Orlando, into Lake Mary. I mean, a lot of Ricans in Central Florida. Yeah, it's right. It does. The Pat Riley factor. It does, man. So yeah, you got here in Central Florida. It's Jose Alvarado Alley for real. If the Knicks had to play Orlando in the second round, Jose Alvarado be right at home. He wouldn't have to pay for a drink or a meal. Be right at home. Right here. No joke, man. No joke. Yeah, where I live, man, a lot of New Yorkers here. A lot of people from New York. All over. Upstate, Long Island, city, everywhere. A lot of New Yorkers here. In my little community, though, because I live in Trump City, everybody's from Ohio, Pennsylvania. Yeah, mostly Ohio and Pennsylvania. I do get some in New Jersey. Yeah. And then some Minnesota too. I get all of the Midwest people here. Yeah. Oh yeah, Luke, rice and beans should be the flag. It should arroz y habichuelas should be the flag down here. It should be, man. Shoot, you ain't lied yet. Not down here, man. Shoot. Oh man. You know, when I was living in Miami, it was Cubans. But my understanding now, I've not been to Miami. Man, I have not been in Miami for a long time. 30, 40 years, 40. But my understanding is that Miami is now Haitian, Rican, Cuban, like it's all that. That's my understanding. Is that correct? And Dominican. I heard that too. Yeah. What's up, brother Lonnie? Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you, Don Petty. Let's get this upset, man. Listen, I want to watch this game too, man. I do want to see Philly. I'll be disappointed if they get blown out, though. I mean, even though you should favor, I mean, if I take my emotions out of it, right? Boston should sweep them. But it's like, David and Goliath. I'm hoping David with that sling light that forehead up. You hear what I'm saying? Light that forehead up with that sling, man. And then let's knock that giant down. Can't stand Boston. Yeah. Because if Boston is dominating, I'm gonna turn it off and turn on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to see it. But if Boston's having a problem, I'd like to see it. Yeah, I know, right, Coach? We are the better team. We are going to come back and win the series. We are the better team. Man, you old Anthony Ambulance. Please. Please. Oh, Maxie and Edgecombe. Maxie and Edgecombe are some bad mans. They're both bad man. Both of them. Bad man. And then you got Grimy coming off the bench. You got Grimy coming off the bench too. So, yeah, there's some bad man. And then I like a Dembona. I like his game. He's a fighter. He's a fighter, a Dembona. He's a fighter, that boy. So let's get it going, baby. And they still got old ass Drummond. We still got Drummond from UConn. Okay, let's do it, man. Do it. And Barlow ain't no joke either now. I think they can hold their own. They ain't all stars, but they can hold their own, man. Because they got enough offense from the guard spot. Yeah. And if you get anything out of PG-13, that's just gravy, right? Yeah. Well, original deal that we were just talking about that. But Brunson came in the game and he was looking for Cat. The second half, they were featuring Cat. Cat scored 25, and I want to say at least 17 of the 25 was second half, probably more. Cat scored most of his points in the second because they were going through Cat in the second half. Yeah, what's up, Corey Lindsay? They were going through Cat in the second half. So they did adjust, and it was like OG said, hopefully the ball moves. He said, hopefully the ball moves. That's exactly right. Because they interviewed him at the half. He said, well, how are you going to close out the game? Well, hopefully the ball moves. Oh, man. Listen, if Brunson goes off script between his daddy, Coach Brown, and the squad, I think they got enough to put him back on clip. You know what I mean? They got enough to put him back on clip. HB Carlos, yeah, man. I'm doing some. What am I doing today? I'm doing some. Today is the seven deadly sins today. Today is seven deadly. We're gonna be having that. Or am I? Or is it Chianti? It might be Chianti today. I got it all lined up in the fridge. Might be Chianti. Shout out to you out there in Portugal. I don't know if you in where you at? In Piera? Where you at? Where you at in Portugal, man? Porto? Where you at? Lisbon? Where you at in Portugal? Portuguese getting tired of Americans coming over there, though. Oh, near Porto? Okay. Portuguese getting tired of Americans retiring over there, though, raising up the prices and mess. That's a phenomenon. That's a thing, y'all. They're getting tired of that gentrification mess, over there in Portugal. Getting tired of that mess. They're trying to tighten it up now over there. Trying to tighten it up. But I do want to visit. I do definitely want to visit Portugal. I do want to visit. I don't need to retire there, but I want to visit. Today, Corey, me and my wife bought some Peel. We're gonna have chicken here. We're gonna watch some Breaking Bad. It's our second time watching the series. It's so good you can enjoy it, more than once. And I'm gonna watch a little bit of this Philly-Boston game and hope Philly pulls off the upset and wins a game in Boston. That would be good if they pull off an upset. Even if they win one in Boston, they get a split. That's great. I'll take it. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing. Hopefully you all enjoying your Sunday. Be safe while you're doing that. Yeah. Oh, is that right? Okay, we're gonna see. Man, I just want to see Boston get their ass beat. Can't stand them. So we'll see. Anyway, yeah. Y'all, man, let me get ready to do this thing. But listen, man, please be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Yell at the TV. Hug your wife or your husband, as the case may be. Hug your significant other. Treat your dog right. Enjoy today. Okay, enjoy. All right, thank you, Corey. Appreciate the love, man. Enjoy your day today. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. It's like 90 degrees today. Sunny, beautiful, man. Beautiful. And we will talk tomorrow. Tomorrow night's a big game for our Knicks, a big game. They didn't got one. They did not play their best game. Let's see if they could tighten it up and close out the Garden with 2 wins. That would be great. That would be great. All right, Richard Baptiste, thank you, my brother, for the love. Appreciate that, man. And let's see what we can do. Meantime, enjoy the games today. I'm hoping Boston lose. I'd like to see Detroit lose too. Let's see both of them fools lose. Be nice. Be very nice. I'll be celebrating with some wine for sure. So let's see what happens. But anyway, please be safe. Please enjoy your family. Enjoy your significant others. Nothing good happens in the streets after midnight. Don't be out there. Okay? Nothing good happens after midnight. Nothing but trouble. Okay? Be safe out there, especially in New York City. Hakeem the Dream, what's up? What's up? Let's go Knicks for sure. Let's go for sure. This channel is for the Knicks, about the Knicks, in favor of the Knicks. Oh, I like that. For the Knicks, about the Knicks, in favor of the Knicks. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's right. So, facts. That's it. So y'all enjoy our squad and savor that win from yesterday. Let's get them back in there tomorrow. Hopefully get another dub. Go back to the ATL up 2-0. That's what we want to see. Hopefully the real better news would be like better than Christmas if either Boston or Detroit lost today. That'd be nice. But we'll see. But please be safe out there. Thank you all for hanging out a little bit today. Thank you all who contributed to the channel today. Thank you all. I don't do it for that, but I'm appreciative of you giving your hard-earned ducats to us. We appreciate that. And yeah, the food tastes better. I'm going to enjoy my P.O.P.O. chicken today. Y'all enjoy your food. Talk to y'all later. Shalom.